It's the superstar who is desperate.
I'm sure I'm not the only one still distracted by that NWO shirt. It's tough to focus on the match with that hanging in the air.
Well, just try being a professional, Saxton. It's a shirt. Besides, I'm sure we'll get an explanation when the time's right.
Up high.
Oh, just mounted with punches and a stop to the gut, too.
He's getting completely overwhelmed now.
He could really use some well-timed offense here. Getting lifted to the top rope. Sent all the way to the outside. And it has blast off.
Good Lord!
Ouch!
Up into the torture rack.
Feast your eyes.
That can do Gable in.
Cover! Man, it's gotta feel good. Sweet, sweet victory. Here's your winner,
Incredible performance out there tonight, but I think there's one question on everyone's mind. Why the NWO shirt?
Look, we all know that WWE is at a turning point. There's a civil war brewing, and it's largely because WWE has become stale, predictable, formulaic. We need to evolve.
So you're saying that you're joining Mutiny?
No. Mutiny is chaos for the sake of chaos. And just like so many times in history, the real fighters are going to get pushed aside once the leaders get what they want. Anyone who thinks they could trust Bayley and KO to protect their best interests is an idiot. So here's my message to all the superstars on both sides and everywhere in between. It's time for a new direction. We need to embrace our past to forge our future. That's why I'm wearing this shirt. The NWO wasn't about politics. It was about power and domination. So anyone who wants to stop playing the game and wants to run it, join me in my NWO movement.
That is a powerful call to arms, but as the former #1 draft pick, some might say you're as establishment as it gets. How do you reconcile that with calling for this new direction?
Being the #1 pick gives me a platform. My position lets me bridge the gap between the establishment and the rebels. I'm not here to tear down. I'm here to build better. So stand with me and take the third path. Not mutiny, not the WWE establishment, but a movement built on real power. I'm calling for a new era. Not just to challenge mutiny, but to redefine this business as it should be through dominance and brute force. Welcome to the New World Order.
So, do you want to tell me what the hell you're thinking? Bringing back the NWO?
Relax. Let me explain.
You'd better explain. I made you the #1 draft pick because I trusted you to be a cornerstone for WWE, not spearhead a whole new rebellion.
It's not another rebellion. This NWO stuff is just a way to stir up some trouble within Mutiny. It's a play. I just need people to believe it's real. And that's obviously working.
That is a pretty good idea, actually. But I really wish you'd run the stuff past me first.
Would have had I known you'd get this upset. Trust me, Pierce. I'm Team WWE. I'm going to shake NXT up from the inside and give us the upper hand. Just let this play out.
Okay, I'll give you some rope. Just be smart.
I always am. That's why it's working.
Man reviving the NWO in more ways than one.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring from New York, weighing in at 220 pounds, one half of the NXT Unity Tag Team Champions, Nick Khan!
This isn't just another match. The newly formed NWO needs to show.
Shotzi now donning NWO colors.
I'm sure Mutiny wants to squash this new faction before they be major players, too.
And a stomp to the gut.
We can sense the whole WWE Universe behind him right now.
But lifting their opponent.
Tossing their nasty kick.
Boom! It's okay, they weren't that pretty anyway.
Nice takedown, stacked for the pin.
Turns the tables.
He clearly wants to dish out more punishment.
Perched on the shoulders.
Boom! Feast your eyes.
Breaker doesn't know where he is.
Shoulders down. And he's still in the game. Simply, what a punch.
That's a...
Oh, look out. It's on now.
Ooh. He is looking to do some serious harm.
It looks like we've got ourselves a brawl here.
Bam! What impressive determination from both competitors. Keeping at each other no matter what. The willpower, the sheer guts of these two.
Toe-to-toe, treating each other like heavy bags.
Exhaustion setting in, and neither one of them is letting up. You can feel the contact. No more holding back. Going all out now.
Looks like we know who won that exchange. Cinches up the arm and a vicious kicks to the...
Perched on the shoulders. Feast your eyes.
Gotta make the most of it now.
Into the cover. And picks up a monumental victory.
Here is your winner, Nick.
NWO for life, baby. And boss, before you say anything, you should know I'm already putting together a crew to help the Black and White take out Mutiny and rest of the WWE. So far, it's me, and that's it. But you gotta start somewhere.
Right, look, just slow down.
I can't slow down. I'm all in. SmackDown is gonna get smacked. Raw is gonna get cooked. They won't even be able to call it Raw anymore. They'll have to call it extra well done, even though it won't be well done at all when we're through with them. NWO!
Quiet, Truth. Listen, this whole NWO thing, it's complicated.
No, it's not. That's the beauty of it. I don't know if you've noticed, but there are a lot of superstars here who are 3 corners short of a squared circle. If you get my drift, they're very easily fooled. That's why we need this. It's totally real, and it's awesome. Watch. NWO Sneak Attack! Now everyone knows the NWO is back.
It's not. Truth, you need to listen to me.
Good idea. You be the boss, and I'll be the enforcer, and go find some more WWE superstars to beat up under the...
No, don't do that.
Okay. Then you be the boss, and I'll be the idea man. Here's my first one. NWO pay-per-view. Location? The moon. All we need is a rocket. How hard do you think it'll be to take over NASA?
Listen to the words I am saying. This whole NWO thing is fake. I made it up. I'm just trying to destabilize Mutiny, that's all. None of this is real.
It's not real? It feels real?
It's not, though.
Okay, I understand. It's not real, because we still need to dream it into reality. And we will.
I thought you said you had this under control.
I do. It's just our truth that's the problem. And then I had to back...
Well, we wouldn't want that. It'd be a real shame if I only had one massive insurrection to deal with. Now I'm losing superstars to 2 factions.
This is on me. I didn't expect it to work this fast. Impressive.
You need to end it.
How about I end it next week? We've got some momentum, and I might have already paid for some things to make this NWO movement seem legit, including a non-refundable deposit on an arena.
Fine, but only because Orton and Gunther are looking for payback. And Mutiny too. So at whatever NWO show you're apparently putting on, you're gonna host an inter-brand fatal four-way. Raw, SmackDown, NXT, and your fake New World Order.
It'll be a night to remember.
Just make sure when it's over, you're in.
And here's the NWO contingent, hoping for a too sweet victory.
The Apex Predator is on the hunt.
And his opponents, first, from St. Louis, Missouri, weighing in at 295 pounds, the Viper, Randy Orton!
Gunther is here and ready to prove that the mat is sacred.
And representing
highest level all over the world.
and representing
Each of these four has something to prove at tonight's special sold-out event after NWO's bold return set this whole powder keg off.
Right, Zach. NWO.
Going for it. Trying to step through.
Roll on their belly.
Wow, the power that takes is insane.
Setting up for something here.
Has him in the corner, thinking of the next move.
And a kick. Face wash. Pulls their opponent in.
Belly to belly.
Got the full Nelson. Slam. Rear European uppercut. Uh-oh.
Balor with the suplex attempt. Able to go behind, though. Into a chop block.
Up into the torture rack.
Can Gunther recover from that? Boom!
Oh, cover. Hoping to end this.
Barely kicks it.
Up into the torture rack.
Oh!
Feast your eyes. Finn's chances are fading.
Big boot.
He's thinking he can end it here.
And he fights it off.
Perched on the shoulders. Feast your eyes. That just put down the
And
Viper.
going for the pin. And that breaks up the pin. Meanwhile,
Talk about dismantling your...
Knee meets face.
he has to be nearly at his breaking point now. Gunther could be out. It's over. It is over.
here is your winner, Nick.
And there it is. The NWO proves once again why they're back and more formidable than ever.
Tonight was a revelation, but let me be clear, it was not a revolution. The so-called NWO revival? Well, the truth is that it was nothing more than a hoax. I stand with Team Raw and SmackDown. Always have, always will. I never meant to target our own Raw and SmackDown talent, but it seems I underestimated just how easily swayed you all were. It's no wonder why Mutiny has been so successful. You need to be smarter. To everyone who thought they were part of something new, understand this. It was all a strategic ploy. The point? To reveal the weak spots in Mutiny's armor, to sort out the tough from the talkers. And guess what? It worked. They broke ranks as soon as they saw a shiny new toy. But now, my WWE friends, it's time to band together. Raw, SmackDown, NXT, whatever's left of it. We all stand against mutiny. We're not just prepared, we are united, and together we're unstoppable. Mutiny! You're in our sights, and we're coming for you. And our truth, my loyal soldier, listen up. The NWO adventure? It was a blast, but that chapter's over. We need to lace up for the real fight, the one right ahead of us.
I have to hand it to you. Reviving the NWO to draw out the weak links from Mutiny was genius. You really turned the tables on them.
And maybe...
He was a wild card, but he helped make it believable. I don't think you would have managed to pry so many members of Mutiny loose otherwise. Their ranks are pretty solid.
Not as solid as they thought. We exposed some serious cracks.
That's true. And I gotta say, the way you played both sides was impressive. Could be a trick we keep up our sleeves.
Absolutely. With the chaos we've created, they won't know who to trust.
We should talk about what's next. I spoke to the GMs, and you're going to defend your Unity titles at WWE Payback.
Mutiny maneuvered their way into a title match?
No, you'll actually be facing Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins.
Might be nice to take a break from battling Mutiny.
Exactly. And since you're facing a team from our side, there's no chance of the titles going back to NXT.
We don't plan on losing either way.
Even though they're not directly involved in the match, I still think Mutiny might try to interfere. And since we all know that Hunter and the board won't do anything about it, I'll be in your corner to watch your backs. Deal?
Sounds good to me.
Amidst all this NXT Mutiny chaos, there's one thing that's been catching our eye. Piquing our interest, if you will.
Don't get us wrong. We are Team WWE all the way. We support anyone who's fighting the good fight. But two of our teammates have something we want. The Unity Tag Team Championships. And now, we've been given the opportunity.
And who better to hold the Unity titles than an actual wedded couple? That's real unity. Unlike the current champions whose bond is that they grew up together. I grew up with a lot of weirdos. Doesn't mean they'd make a good tag team partner.
But don't worry, after we relieve you of your titles, all will be well in the world. You can get back to focusing on Mutiny, and everyone can rest easy that the Unity titles are still safe and sound with Team WWE.
One last thing. CMPunk, we hear you're gonna be in the champ's corner. We don't need anyone in ours, since we have each other. But keep those belts nice and warm, champs. We're coming for you.
See what's at stake. The NXT Unity Tag Team titles. This Unity title match is the reason the championships were created. Four of the best in WWE competing in the same ring.
The key phrase there is best in WWE, Cole. Whoever wins this match, the Unity Championships are out of Mutiny's hands.
Finds the roll-up. Looking to steal one there for his trapped.
There's the crucifix. Nice.
Neckbreaker.
There's a tag.
Oh my gosh, what a...
Uh-oh.
We're gonna see it.
What power. Sit down. And retaliates with a counter.
Firm control.
Caught with the boot, Rollins.
And a stomp.
Oh man!
Hit that with everything and following it with the pin.
Forearms.
Ouch.
Up into the torture rack. Bestial arms.
The champ.
Pin. Title in the balance.
Kicks out.
Getting that sauce.
From the top. Senton from the...
Take off. Diving foot stomp. Brutal. The champion into the pin.
The tag team champions retain.
I think Rage took over in that moment. Nothing but blind rage.
And still, the NXT Unity Tag Team Champions, Nick Kyle.
You cannot deny the dominance she's showing the women's division.
Be any question about who's...
Io Sky came this close to effectively erasing the history.
Oh, springboard. Whoa! That hurt. Lift it up. What's next?
Lift off. Io moved at the right time and stays one step ahead.
I think it's time to clear out.
Yeah, this is a bad situation.
Boom! Gets around the attack.
Unbelievable away from this match.
Rights and lefts, elbows, knees, all of them lethal. Downward spiral. See ya.
Here's the pin. Title could be decided. And a kick out of
Urged on the shoulders. Pow! Can the champ recover from that?
And the cover. The reign continues. The champ kicks one away, but it slipped right through her fingers.
Io can't seem to gain the upper hand. Using the legs into a cover.
Got it! New champion! And with that victory, the undisputed WWE Championship belt is coming back to Raw and SmackDown, right where it belongs.
I don't know, Saxton. Right now.
The worst jet lag I've ever had.
That's because you've been around the world in 80 hours.
Seriously, that was a globe-trotting adventure. It's wild that after all that, you won the title back on SmackDown.
I like hearing that. You won the title. I should definitely be listed in the undisputed WWE Championship lineage.
You're every bit as legitimate as Cody.
Hey, we're all on the same team now.
I know. Old rivalries are set aside while we all stand together against our common enemy.
So inspiring. We should hum a patriotic song while you talk.
We're not close enough for you to give me crap, kiddo. Besides, I am pretty damn inspirational.
The voice of the...
That is my line, and you cannot afford the royalties.
You'd be surprised.
Hold that thought. My phone's blowing up with some big announcement that Triple H just posted on social media. Let's watch it.
For the past 2 months, the WWE board has kept a close eye on the movement known as NXT Mutiny. As previously stated, we've taken a stance of neutrality. Our position has not changed, but I'm here to announce there will be a clear and definitive end to this conflict at Survivor Series. It will be Raw and SmackDown on one side, NXT Mutiny on the other, squaring off in a best-of-3 series of matches to determine the fate of WWE. If Raw and SmackDown win, they can return things to normal and decide to punish NXT Mutiny for their uprising. If NXT Mutiny wins, WWE might look a whole lot different. There may not even be a Raw or SmackDown anymore. We are prepared for any outcome because this truly is a new era of equal opportunity. I have one more announcement. Before Survivor Series at NXT No Mercy, there will be a special preview match for the Unity Tag Team Championships. On one side, it will be the current champs, and on the other, the former champions from NXT, Jacy Jayne and Alexis King. So Raw, SmackDown, NXT Mutiny, when it comes to Survivor Series with the future of WWE at stake, are you ready? I said, are you?
I'm so sorry for interrupting Triple H's big announcement, but I have my own to make. It's not going to be Jacy Jayne competing in the Unity title match, because we're initiating Freebird rules, and I'll be stepping in to make sure we take back what's ours. In fact, taking back the Unity titles is just the first step in taking back all of WWE and getting rid of the dead weight known as SmackDown and Raw. See you soon, dummies.
Are you serious? You know, it's one thing for Hunter to stay neutral, but now he's giving Mutiny a legit opportunity to take control of WWE? This guy's playing favorites. Hell, He might even be one of them.
Who knows at this point?
Fine. If Mutiny is doing Freebird rules for the preview tag match, then so can we. I want in.
You sure that's the right move?
I never got revenge for getting put on the shelf by the Unity champs. This way, I'll get my hands on Lexus King and the traitor who sent them after me.
Okay, you could take my place in the match, but I'll be out there in your corner to watch your backs.
Deal.
All that matters is we defend the titles. We're gonna need all the momentum we can get as we head toward Survivor Series.
Agreed. So let's not lose.
And the challengers from Mutiny taking full advantage of Freebird rules. Here you see what's at stake. The NXT Unity Tag Team titles. Mutiny thought they were being clever by substituting Bayley onto their team, but what's good for the goose is good for the gander.
The Freebird rule cuts.
Not so fast.
Corner.
Double axe handle right on target.
And CM Punk is leaving no breathing room here.
Lexus. Here's a tag. Opponent off the ropes.
Double big back. Focused attack on the champion's leg, and that might have some lingering effects. With the counter.
Then four.
Backbreaker.
Irish whip from Punk on Bayley.
And Punk follows it up with the knee.
And he nails the Bulldog. Vintage CM Punk.
This looks like it could be all over.
And there's the tag.
We've seen the defending champs win matches with the Whirlwind Splash, and now it's CM Punk's turn.
Wait, what?
Did that just happen?
I can't believe this. CM Punk has sided with Mutiny?
This can't be happening right now.
It's over.
We have new Unity Tag Team Champions, all thanks to the shocking turn of one CM Punk.
And now CM Punk is directing Mutiny to attack the former champions. Punk was friends with these two. They trusted him. This is sick.
Honestly, with Punk's track record, we should have seen this coming.
We thought he was one of the leaders of WWE. I don't get it.
You're not the only one.
We could be witnessing the beginning of the end for WWE as we know it.
I hate to agree, Corey, but with CM Punk on their side, Mutiny now has all the momentum leading into the most important Survivor Series ever.
We are headed for dark times.
A run from controversy. In fact, some people think wherever I go, I'm the source of it. So let's talk about why I'm here and how it happened. Buckle up. This story begins before I ever returned to WWE. Raw was in Chicago and my old friend Bayley invited me to stop by. Before I was asked to leave, Bayley and I reminisced about her time in NXT, which gave me an idea. If I was going to sign another WWE contract, sure, I wanted to main event WrestleMania, but that wasn't enough. I wanted to create real, permanent change. A legacy. After I signed, I went to the PC and met the men and women there. They had all the talent in the world, but once they left NXT, they were at the mercy of the corporate overlords who didn't give a damn about their stories, their abilities, or what they had done to get to that point. Year after year, NXT would build stars only to have them stolen by the so-called main roster and then tossed aside. If NXT management wasn't going to do anything about it, I was. NXT was the voiceless who needed my voice. With Bayley on board, we recruited Kevin Owens and the NXT roster and we started a movement. Powerful and permanent change. A legacy. And now with Triple H and the board's blessing, thanks, Paul! We not only have a seat at the table, but the chance to smash that table to pieces. It wasn't easy getting to this point. Friendships broken. Lies were told. Sacrifices had to be made. The night of the big invasion, I had to listen to the start of my own revolution as I lay on the concrete floor pretending to be a victim. All I could do was smile on the inside, knowing that my mutiny had begun. As that mutiny unfolded, I even had most of the locker room and the WWE Universe thinking Triple H was on our side. Crazy, right? Or is it? Unfortunately, for the plan to work, I couldn't be upfront with certain individuals. Namely, the now former Unity champions. When you were busy trying to start a new world order, who do you think riled up R-Truth and got the Raw and SmackDown rosters fighting each other? That would be me. I had you chase Io Sky all over the world just to have you end up destroying the WWE archives worse than Mutiny would have. At least you got some frequent flyer miles. You two grew up together, right? Maybe just quit WWE now and go back to whatever hellhole town you're from. Find your safe space, because it's not here. Maybe someday you'll understand why I did what I did. But for now, just know that it was for the greater good. When Mutiny reaches its endgame, I will leave WWE not only better, but entirely different than it was when I arrived. And that's a change that was long overdue. So anyone else out there who's on the fence, I implore you to do what's right and get on board the NXT Mutiny Revolution now. Because after Survivor Series, you do not want to be on the wrong side of history.
He wanted to get the four of us together after everything that happened with Punk. How are you two holding up?
Not great. Definitely didn't see that one coming.
No one did. Punk had us all doubting Triple H. Turns out he was just trying to divert attention away from himself the entire time.
Ugh. I haven't felt like this since the year we both moved away from our hometown.
It was really tough at first. You spend every day with someone and then all of a sudden they're gone.
But ultimately, you must have figured out how to stay friends despite the distance, right?
Yeah, it was hard and took a long time. But we realized even though we didn't see each other, we still had each other's backs.
Well, I don't think we have a lot of time, unfortunately. But maybe you can use that experience. You don't need Punk. You never did. You have each other.
I guess you're right. But even though we have each other, we still need help if we're going to defeat Mutiny at Survivor Series.
I know you couldn't trust anyone in the locker room before, but now you don't really have a choice. And besides, in the time since Mutiny formed, certain individuals have proven their loyalty to our side. We should start there.
Keep in mind, these superstars will compete for us in the best-of-3 series. Everything is at stake, including our livelihoods and the future of WWE. So choose carefully.
Which brand do you want to go recruit first?
I'll start on Raw, talking to superstars from the men's division.
Okay. You have our full support.